Hello everybody, I'm coming to you live again on Thanksgiving Day, and my family's here, so they're all trying to get away from the camera. Brittany just came in, so I'm glad that she was able to be here with us today, as well as Tyler. And so anyway, earlier today I was making for you sweet potato casserole, and so it is out of the oven and it is cooked, and I'm going to show you what it looks like because it looks fabulous. It's all nice and cooked, and it's kind of like got this, it's crusty on the top. So it looks yummy. Okay, so I love you too, Susan. So I thought I would come back live with you here, and I mean, y'all, I'm a mess. I've been cooking all day. So anyway, I am making macaroni and cheese, and guys, this is a favorite, and for a lot of people, it's the holy grail of their family. Everybody has their own macaroni and cheese. Just like sweet potato casserole, everybody has their own way of doing it. And by no means am I trying to convince you to come over to my way of thinking. It's just how my mom made it and how we were raised eating it. And my kids love it. And it's really great for leftovers too. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be a quick video. I've got everything all together, and I'll just show you all the steps in the process. So here we go. And by the way, if you hear voices in the background, it's my family, they're here. All right, so. Hello. That was Jacob. Hi, family. Okay, so here we go. I have cooked about a pound of macaroni. Just one box for the 16-ounce box of macaroni, and I cooked it according to the package. I drained it. I added a stick of butter. Make sure, guys, a couple of things about macaroni, and I was shocked about the people who don't do this. You have to salt your water. My kids are like, salt the water, because I'm a broken record. Anytime you're making a starch, whether it be grits, potatoes, macaroni, pasta, anything, you got to salt the water because you will never get it salty enough. You can add a whole box of salt and it won't be salty enough. Okay, so make sure you always salt your water. So, got my water boiling, salted it, put my macaroni in it, and cooked it. Another thing, I got all these flyaways. Another thing about macaroni is that when you're making macaroni and cheese, this is not the time to leave your noodles al dente. You don't want them to have that bite. You want them done. You don't want them doughy, but you want them done, because what will happen is if you leave them al dente, just a little undercooked, when you put your milk and your cream and all that in it to make that creamy macaroni and cheese, that macaroni is going to soak it all up, and you'll wind up with a dry macaroni. So it must be cooked all the way through. Don't leave your macaroni for your macaroni and cheese undercooked. And don't think it'll finish cooking in the oven, because again, it will, but it's going to soak up all that liquid that's in there. And then it just won't be as creamy, and it won't be as good. So those are my tips for you. So right now I've got this macaroni, and I am going to take my macaroni and I'm going to pour it into my 9x13. So I've got my 9x13 all coated with butter. I just softened about a half a stick of butter and rubbed it all around in there. And that butter is going to finish melting in the macaroni. It's also going to help keep things from sticking to the bottom of the pan. So I am going to get Mr. Jacob to come over here and hold my camera for me while I do this. So, all right. Here's Jacob.
Hello. There it is. Is that the right button? That is. There you go.
Okay, so now, make sure your Grammy's not in it, Jacob.
She's not. I'm staring at the thing.
Okay. All right, so here's my macaroni. It fits really nice. That 1 pound box fits really nice in this 9x13. So another thing that I've done is I have grated my cheese. Now, another tip about grating cheese is that I do not use pre-shredded cheese at all. I only use, there's a piece of tape on my camera. I only use the block cheese, and I shred it myself. they put something in that pre-shredded cheese to keep it from clumping together. Because if you think about it, when you grate macaroni, when you grate cheese, you grab it and it clumps, right? When you have the kind that's in the bag, it's got like this white, almost floury substance to kind of keep it from sticking together. And it doesn't taste as good, and you don't have as good of an outcome. So I always, anytime I'm using cheese for a recipe, I grate it myself. Have I used shredded? Yes. And a skinny minute, I have. But no judgment here. If you use it, you use it. But I'm just saying your outcome's not going to be as good. So I have grated about a pound of cheese. Now, I may or may not use all this. It depends upon how heavy my hand is today. And how much cheese I'm wanting, right? I'm pushing it out of my grater here. So if I don't use it all, I will put it in a baggie and put it in the refrigerator. So another thing, this is sharp cheddar. Sharp, not extra sharp, not medium, not mild. If you want your macaroni and cheese to have good flavor, you need sharp cheddar cheese. And I know a lot of people, I've got cheese falling all everywhere. My dogs are going to have a feast here in a minute. I know a lot of people do like a mixture of mac and cheese, a mixture of cheese for the macaroni and cheese. My mom only used one kind, and it was sharp cheddar cheese. And that's what I use. So this is just your regular sharp cheddar cheese, and it's grated up. Another thing that I do is I take 2 eggs, and I beat it up, and I add to those 2 eggs 2 cups of milk. Now, if you're making for a bunch, if you're making a lot more macaroni, this is your cream here, okay? So if you're making more macaroni and you feel like you're gonna need some more, you can add 1 more egg in another cup, an egg and a cup, an egg and a cup, okay? It's kind of the mixture that you want to use. So, but this is 2 eggs and a cup of milk. And again, you know, some people use heavy cream, some people use sweet Carnation, the canned milk. I just use regular milk, and I use 2 eggs. That's it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle my cheese and my macaroni, just like so, and I'm going to stir it up. Because you want to make sure your cheese is kind of all throughout it. I think I'm going to use all this today, y'all. It's Thanksgiving, you know. And this is a recipe that, you know, it's not just for the holidays. I make this, you know, for everything. Everything. My mother-in-law just said everything. The kids are like, you got to have macaroni and cheese, Mom. You got to have it. So, Brittany's boyfriend's new to our family, and this is his new favorite. Is my macaroni and cheese. Brittany's like, Mom, you don't know how much he loves your macaroni and cheese. But he does. I'm like, okay, I'll make it. So, but anyway, so I'm stirring my macaroni. That's the center of attention, right? It's the burger. It's done. So, again, I'm just stirring my cheese up in my macaroni, just like that. And I don't know what Jacob's doing, but he's laxing on his job.
I'm not going to watch it.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some of my milk over. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and pour all of it, because it's going to help that cheese work in there. So I'm just going to pour all of that in there. Now, y'all, if I look at this and I feel like, you know, I need a little bit more cream, but yeah, I don't really feel like I need another egg. Like it's kind of like in between. I have been known to add a little extra milk to it, and it's fine without the egg. Okay, so I have done that, and it's come out fine. If you feel like you need a little bit more, and I'm looking at the side here, so this is kind of how I tell my creaminess. I look at the side and I kind of see how far it comes up. And I like it to come up about 3/4 of the way, because again, that macaroni is going to soak up some of this. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't like a dry macaroni and cheese. It's just not good. I mean, the whole point of macaroni and cheese is for it to be creamy and taste good. So, and I think I'm going to need some more. And because I'm doing it for y'all, I'm going to do it the right way. I'm going to add an egg. one more egg and 1 more cup of milk. And I may not use all of this. I'll just kind of judge it by how it looks, okay? So I'm just gonna beat this egg up, just like that. I might have to open my other gallon. Let's see. Ah, it's right on the nose. Perfect. See? God knew I needed that little last bit of milk. Okay. So, anyways, here we go. Got it all mixed up. So I'm going to add just a little bit more. And I'm going to stir it up. Make sure that it's all even in there. Get all that cheese and that gooiness all in there. Just like that. Kind of level it out. Yeah, I used all of it. So, again, look at the side. So Jacob's showing the side here. So again, you can see my milk line here. You see it's about right there. And that's about where I want it to be. You don't want it soupy, but you don't want it dry either. So what I'm going to do is I've got all this cheese worked in here. Watch out, Bandy. Move out from under my feet, baby. That's my dog. He's trying to get the morsels. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of this cheese and I'm going to sprinkle it all over the top just to kind of finish off the top. Okay? And once you get this all spread over the top, all nice and neat, I'm just going to pick up my paper towel and I'm just going to dump it. There we go. Don't want to leave any behind. All right, there we go. So I'm just going to spread it all over the top like so. Just like that. And I'm going to top it with a little bit of black pepper. Okay? And this baby is going to go in the oven at about 350 for about 35 minutes, 40 minutes, just until it's nice and bubbly and the cheese is melted and everything looks like it's done in it. Okay? You guys have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye. All right.